Of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. We're going to do something a little different today, okay? We're going to do something a little different today. Again, nails by me. I like to do my hands, my two different hands different. Plus, I'm like practicing. So I'll do like this hand with one thing, like, and then I'll do this hand with one thing, okay? So that's why you're going to see me using my nails and stuff a lot because I put my rings and stuff on. Anyways, it's just something fun to do to kind of dress up and be kind of like, you know, hippie, like free-spirited on the weekend because we have to be so business and stuff during the week, right? So dress up, do whatever you got to do today, even if you're in a house, you know what I'm saying? Do your hair, do your little edges and stuff, do anything you have to do to feel good about yourself as a woman or as a man, you know what I'm saying? No sexism over here. And with that being said, I want to start off this video by saying this is not a battle of the sexes. This is not men against women, women against men. This is just basically trying to understand the differences. And also hearing other people's point of view, okay? Right now everybody has a modus operandi, right, in which how you operate. Everybody has a doctrine. That's your philosophy of life. You might have been indoctrinated by that by your family, you know, growing up, or you might have chose certain paths and certain beliefs for yourself, right? So from those beliefs, the core of it is intentions. You could believe something, but if your intention about what you're saying you believe in, it's not going to add up. It's not meshing, right? So okay, so that's what I just want to make sure we get that out of the way because I don't want to buy. Oh, you and no, that's not. This is not a battle of the sexes type of thing. Okay, let me go ahead and mute this because I don't want this to have no little thangy thing on there. I'm gonna mute that because I like to have a little music in the background. But anyway, so we're gonna be talking about are men capable of love? Some of you might say, are women capable of love? Is anybody capable of love nowadays? Is everybody obsessed with this unrealistic expectation and these ideals of love, right? Oh, I want love, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. I want love and I want romance, and I want this, I want that. Okay, everybody has certain wants. You guys saw me do a video on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Needs and then needs and wants and stuff like that. Okay, everybody has wants and needs, but is it unrealistic? Are we really looking at it correctly? So my doctrine, my philosophy of life is that I love God. Okay, a lot of you said the Bible made up, man made it up. I like the scriptures. I just like it. Do I abide by all of them? No. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Am I a prophet, a preacher, a teacher, a path? Nope. Nope. I'm a servant. I'm helps is what they consider helps. I do like a lot of cooking and cleaning and you know, gardening and stuff like that's my little thing. I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. Okay. So with that being said, this is what I believe love is. Okay. I think it's a very good definition. It gives a very good overview of what we would consider love is and what it isn't. Okay. All right. So coming from First Corinthians chapter 13, you guys have heard it before. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. That's going to be a big one for you to pay attention to with these clips I'm going to be showing you today. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongdoings. Does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. Okay, so somebody being deceptive towards you, you know, that's to let you know that's lacking love there. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. I'm going to stop there. And then you could go on and keep on reading on if you want to. Okay, I only read a few, I think I read verses 4 through 7, just very quick today. Okay, and I want to reiterate verses 7. Okay, I read verse 4 through 7. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always preserves. Now, I've been seeing going around on social media this conversation, right? I'm not on the major social media sites, which of course YouTube is a major social media site, but I'm not on like Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that. I got off TikTok and Twitter, so I just undownloaded, deactivated. And some of them you can't deactivate, I just undownload. My bird thing, I'm talking to him, so again, I apologize. But I got off of those for a little bit just to kind of, you know, scale it down. I don't, you know, just to scale it down a little bit. I'm getting older and some of that stuff get on my nerves after a while. So I scaled down. And plus it denies people access to you. Everybody doesn't need access to you. Okay. Keep some stuff private. Okay. Even if you're like, I'm just having fun. Everybody that's looking at you intentions is not good intentions. Every like ain't a like. You know what I'm saying? So it's better just to like cut that off sometimes. So So, but I have been watching it here on YouTube, and I have been in forums. Okay, I love to read, so I've been in forums, and it's been talking about this new thing about talking about men are incapable of love, which is, interesting to me. I said, let me kind of look into this. From I'm an anthropology type of person. I like to study people and observe and look and gander at them and things of that nature. And some of them have some very valid points. Some of them I'm going to play for you. And again, this is fair use. Okay, so we try to copyright and everything. This is something we're using as a teaching tool, as a reference. Okay, and you're going to be able to see the names of those people in those videos. So I don't steal content. I don't plagiarize. I don't pirate. I don't have to do that. Come on, cut it out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna get my microphone in a minute, y'all. He want me to let him out, and I'm just not gonna do it right now. Okay. So, anyways, hopefully you guys, it doesn't bother you. So I've been seeing this conversation going around saying that men are not capable of love, and it's a biological thing because they have testosterone, and when they have an orgasm, what they call busting nut. When they bust a nut, they have an orgasm. They don't feel anything, and you women fall in love off of sex, and then the opposite end of the spectrum is women saying, what about women that are sex workers and prostitutes? And things of that nature. Nothing against them, but this is the opposite end of that argument, saying they don't fall in love with the men, they use the men. So I said, this is very interesting. Let me kind of just try to look at this a little bit. Some of the stuff is valid points, but again, my intentions is this: love is patient. Impatience is a red flag. Love is kind, mean, nasty, cantankerous. That's a red flag in anybody. Okay, but I'm speaking from a woman point of view, looking at a man, because I like men. Okay, it does not envy. How can you love somebody if you envious of them? That's supposed to be mine. And they'll go off with sabotaging and doing a little weird street theater stuff against you to try to psych you out of something that the Lord gave you. That's not okay. It does not boast. I got this and you don't have it. It's not proud, right? Okay, it does not dishonor others. Dishonor means to disrespect. You hella disrespectful. And I did say hella while reading the scripture. You real disrespectful. And you think it's cute and it's alpha male and it's manhood, right? This is the type of demographic of men we're talking about, right? But it is not self-seeking. As long as I got my nut, you know what I'm saying? I got mine. I got my money. I got my, women in different area codes. My business popping. That type of thing. See, did that feel good, even me saying that to you, that energy I was coming in at? It is not easily angered. You always mad. Everything upsets you. But then you'll say to a woman, get out of your feelings. You're always, how are you? Anger is a feeling. Why are you always angry and easily angered? It's a lack of love there. Okay. This can go and basically this can go for anybody. Fellas, you can equate this to your female too. It keeps no record of wrongdoing. I struggle in this area. Because I'd be like, I remember when I ain't delivered yet in that area. Which is exactly why I said I'm not your prophet, your preacher, your teacher. I believe they're supposed to be on a higher elevated, emotional capacity of being mature. I'm not there yet. So, okay, it does not delight in evil. You doing evil, cantankerous, diabolical. That's the new thing on social media. That's diabolical. How was that a cute, catchy phrase? Nefarious. And they delight in it. That's not love. Okay? It says, but it rejoices in the truth. The truth is, I'm a human being just like you're a human being. So if you're doing evil things to be dehumanizing and humiliating, you're not in the truth. So it's a lack of love there. It always protects. Somebody that's not protecting you don't love you at all. If I love you and you walking across the street and the bus coming, and I just let you walk in front of the bus, do I love you? Because I'm not protecting you. If I see it's a gang of strange people down there and I send you, going on down that way, and they start jumping you and I'm just sitting there. If I'm sitting amongst people that's gossiping about you and slandering you, and then I'm not saying anything, and dare I join in, am I protecting you? No. Okay, so it's a lack of love. It always trust. Now, you're going to hear in today's clips where, and I'm not trying to give a spoiler alert, you guys going to watch it anyway, hopefully, those who stuck around this long. You're going to see it says men don't love women because they can't trust them. So this is going to be interesting. I'm trying to keep it unbiased and I'm trying to watch my facial expressions, okay? I don't want this video to be all about my opinion, okay? But it says they don't trust. Let's look at what trust mean, okay? Let's look at what does trust mean? This is just auntie talking to you early in the morning before my kids wake up because it is a Sunday as I'm making this video. And I let them sleep late as they want to. I'm making them a little rice, a little eggs, so don't you worry about it. Okay, let's look up trust definition. They don't trust women. This is what it means here. Okay, it means a firm belief and reliable. They don't think you're reliable. Ability or strength of someone or something. Belief. Didn't it just say, again, this is the definition, okay? But didn't the Bible just say love believes all things, hopes all things? So it's a lack of love. I don't trust you. I don't think you're reliable. Most people in relationships, you'll see that one is more reliable than the other. Right? So if you have kids with a woman, right? If you are married to a woman, if you're engaged, if you're sleeping with a woman, it's a situationship. If you have any type of dealings with them, your wife or what have you, there's some areas in which they're reliable, right? So then we're going into self-seeking. Is it only because they wash your clothes, they cook your food, they give you a blowjob, they have sex with you, any type of fantasy you want, they give you kids, they become what you want them to become, not what God wants them to become. That's all showing levels of reliability, but you don't trust that. You will trust your same gender of men, right? That's your friends, my bros before hoes, dog, you know. You will trust them that don't do all of that for you. So what women are left with a lot of the times, and I'm only speaking because I've been single for 10 years, okay? And I'm not, I'm bitter and stuff. No, I've experienced good and bad, okay? So what women are left with a lot of times is a lot of demands. A man being self-seeking towards us. That doesn't make us feel loved. So now, herein lies the battle of the sexes. Now you have women protecting themselves, men protecting themselves against women. Okay? This is how that goes. All right? A lot of you say, well, you ain't been in the dating game. How you know? I've been watching, and I dated before, obviously, I got kids. Okay? It didn't work out with my kids' fathers. It was a personality clash. I have 2 kids' fathers. It was a personality clash for me. It was the personality clash and the age difference for me. I just couldn't. Because you're going to hear some of the stuff today. Some of the stuff, I felt like they owned me. And I don't think so. And plus, I'm older now. Okay? So, and I'm still learning. So, I'm, still being teachable. So, that's what trust means. It means being reliable. Confidence. They don't have no confidence in you. They don't think that you're certain. I just can't trust them. I just can't trust them. They don't respect me. Let's look up what respect means. So you're going to hear this resounding. I'm just giving my little time, my little 2 cents in before we put the little clips on. Respect is a positive feeling or action towards someone or something considered important. They don't feel like you consider them important, but then they don't trust you. So why would I consider you important if you don't trust me? You don't think that I'm reliable. You don't have no confidence in me. You don't have no, but let's go back to trust. You don't have no faith in me. You don't think there's any, you don't protect me. Okay? You don't have no care for me. Yet I'm supposed to respect you. You're supposed to respect me is important. You're supposed to be important to me. Something seems off here, right? Something seems off. So some of today's clip is going to be really cool. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and show those to you guys now. Tell me what you think in the comments below.
Because the evidence and the research is out there. I listen to males every day. I hear y'all talking. We want respect. Let me tell you, all the male talks about is what he need and what he want. It ain't never about what he gives. Just listen to a male. Just listen to him. Is that love? If I come to you and say, hey, I want you to do this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Do you feel love if I tell you everything that I want from you? I'm speaking to you specifically.
Oh, specifically, I'm not anybody you're talking about.
No, I was talking about the lady. Yeah, because she.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat it?
Yes. If I came to you and just told you everything I wanted from you, right? I want you to keep your mouth shut. I just want you to be in the kitchen. I want respect. I want this. I want this. I want this for you to be. Would you feel loved?
No.
Men always tell you we don't love like a woman loves. Let me tell you something. It ain't but one love. It ain't a million different loves. It's one love and men ain't capable of it. Get back here.
Yeah, no. So my question was, so you feel like a man cannot be in love with a woman?
No, he can't. No.
So you don't think a man has never loved a woman?
No. Well, the thing, let me ask you this. Do you think love is a feeling?
Well, yeah, I want you to explain what your definition of love is.
Because the majority of people think love is a feeling. Love is not a feeling.
Love is action.
No, love is not an action either. Let me ask you this question, all right? I'm probably giving away too much game, but no, seriously, right? Let me give you an example. If you go fishing, right? The key to fishing is give bait, right?
Yeah.
Give something to get something.
Yeah.
You giving the fish, that's an action to give, because one of the 5 love languages is receiving gifts. If you give somebody something and your intent is to trap them, to deceive them and lure them into a place, how do you know if the action that is being performed unto you is an action rooted in love or deception? How do you know that?
How you don't know?
Right. So love cannot be an action in and of itself, because actions can be deceptive.
Facts. And the meaning and the intention could change.
Okay.
Right.
So love is not an action either. It ain't an emotion.
So what is love?
But see, here's the thing. 99% of the people on planet Earth don't have a clue what love is. Love is not a concept of the heart. Love is a concept of the mind. And it has everything to do with your intentions behind the actions. So the male's intention of the woman ain't never about what's beneficial for her. Everything that he does is for self-gratification. Ain't never got nothing to do with what is mentally, emotionally, or spiritually beneficial or fulfilling for that woman. Everything that a man talk about is, I want to strip everything that you are at your core away and make you somebody that I need. That's what males do. I want a wife, and I want this wife to do this, that, be this, be that, be that. Fuck what she is at her soul level. Fuck that. That ain't what I want. I need this woman to be what I need her to be for me. And when a man's needs change, guess what? His woman changed too.
And just to be clear, we're speaking on all men,
Yes.
not just black men.
Us to have a family, and I want the best for her. Yeah. I'm coming out of me going into us. Mm-hmm. You're saying there's no scenario where a man wants for the woman to win.
No, for the most part, no, because it's always about what benefits him. See, men want to mark territory. Can you love a woman enough to let her go and do her own thing without you trying to sabotage it? Can she leave you and you be okay with it? See, the male wants to own women, right?
You could give her territory.
Right. No, y'all want to own women. Y'all want to collect women. That's what y'all want to do. I want to collect resources. Ooh, I got me one. Mm-hmm. How many you got? But you ain't got more than me. This is y'all behavior. Y'all, it takes a elevated mind. The majority of males could never be a pimp, because a pimp has a level of discipline where he has to be like, okay, I'm gonna lose you, okay, because he came and knocked my hoe. I'm not going to, even though he might be mad and like that was mine, he has to overcome those feelings and be a quote unquote gentleman player and be like, that's the game. I can't get mad. The average male can't operate like that. Do you understand how much overriding of emotion that the male has to do to be like, okay, you knocked my hoe? Right?
A lot of overriding.
Right. Y'all can't do it because y'all want to own women. Y'all don't see women.
That explains why that makes them very uncomfortable. Most men do not respect women. They will say they do, but they don't. You can't respect someone who you think is beneath you. It's not possible. It explains all the controlling behavior. They think they own you. It explains why they're fine with women in the world generally doing certain things, but they have a big problem when their woman, i.e. you, starts doing those things. Even if you did all those things before you married them, even if you did all those things when they started dating you, and they didn't have a problem once they started dating you, but once they marry you, or you have their baby, or you move in with them, then they think you should start behaving like the lesser thing that I believe you to be, meaning compliance with my shit. You can't trust someone who you think is beneath you, who you think is less than you. And according to the data mentioned earlier in that creator's video, if men can't trust you, then they can't love you. And they can't trust you because they think you're beneath them. Even when they're made aware of their behavior and the origins of it, even when they know they're hurting you, they don't change. Or if they do change, it's temporary. And the reason it's temporary is because even though intellectually they know what they're doing is misogynistic, they don't care because they think they're entitled. They think they're entitled to treat you how they're treating you because they believe, say it with me, that they're better than you. They believe that your subjugation is the natural order. So even when they're engaging in behavior that they know is hurting you, they still do it because of the deeply held belief that you are less than them. Men aren't capable of love. I'm fully convinced at this point. I'm fully convinced. What do y'all think?
Men need women as muses to transmute that sexual energy into a mind space. Men use women as muses. They use them as sexual objects to get them into a creative space, right? The male mind is drastically different from the female brain, completely different, right? The average person don't know this, right? And you never really hear a woman talking the way I'm talking. You rarely gonna hear a woman come from this angle. You're not.
What is it about the male, since you say you know men well?
Yes.
What is about the male that when a woman says the words I'm late or I think I'm pregnant, that makes the man want to run away versus run to?
Well, control. He could have a family. He could have a position that child, the whole scenario that he wanted to keep hidden could blow up. He thinks about the destruction of his life. It ain't really about nothing else. It's all about the destruction of his life, his obligations. And this is how, because men don't know how to channel their emotions, they don't know how to control them. A lot of these dudes unalive these women. They kill the kids too, right? Right? Because of the fear. And the fear of the unknown, the potential destruction of his life, right? The potential control, all of that goes, it's never about them. It's always about how could this destroy me?
Of the things that this creator explains in this video, men's deeply held belief is that women are less than them. Just like a lot of white people's deeply held beliefs is that black people are less than them. And they will act accordingly. It explains why men who profess to not be sexist can do incredibly sexist and misogynistic things. And these behaviors are so ingrained that they don't even know they're doing it. The beliefs are so deeply held that they are largely unaware in some instances of what exactly their behavior is, that they're engaging in misogynistic behavior. Even the most well-meaning, well-intentioned, well-read men can do this. Walk several steps in front of you and shrug it off like it's nothing. Suddenly have a shift in their behavior and their mood and start treating you like crap when your career starts going well. Even if your career isn't going better than theirs, even if your career has nothing to do with their career, even if you are no way in competition career-wise, because they believe that they are better than you, that you are less than them, even the smallest successes sometimes will set them off. This explains why they need to need you, and that so many of them get angry when you tell them you don't need them. Because if you're less than them, you should need them to live your life, to be happy, to get all the things you want. That explains why that makes them very uncomfortable. Most men do not respect women. They will say they do, but they don't. You can't respect someone who you think is beneath you. It's not possible.
Saying you can't be vulnerable with a woman. Don't vent to women. That just gives them ammo to use against you during an argument. Y'all be thinking men be emotionally unavailable, but in reality, majority of the time, we don't feel safe. And again, I want to reemphasize, men don't fall in love through intimacy in the bedroom like women do because the testosterone blocks the oxytocin, which is like the connector for the falling in love, right? And Mating Matters explains that it's through trust. But men constantly are always telling women that they don't feel that they could trust a woman 100%. And I want to bring it back to this episode of do we really want vulnerable men? Is that the man that Shan is interviewing, he admits that a lot of men don't feel safe. And Shan asks him, because this man is also married. So she asks him, okay, with your wife, do you feel comfortable being 100% with her? And he says no. And Shan asks him another follow-up question of saying, are you okay with the fact that you're not 100% connected to her? I'm paraphrasing, but she also gives it like a percentage of you're okay with only getting 80% of the possible love that you could be feeling with your wife. And he said yes, he would rather have the 80% than attempt to have the 100% and risk the possibility of his wife hurting him emotionally. And so, in summarizing my point, men don't fall in love through intimacy in the bedroom because the testosterone blocks the oxytocin. Men fall in love when they can trust a woman. But we have seen proven, men have admitted on this app that, not even on this app, just everywhere, online, offline, that they don't tell a woman everything. They don't tell her 100% everything because they don't fully trust her. That backs up from what I'm understanding and what I've heard, what I've shown you right now, is that men are not capable of love because men don't give themselves the capability of falling in love.
Okay.
And then we factor in about how we know society teaches men to view women as less than, to say that a woman is to submit to him, to not view a woman as equal, right? Young boys are raised to see, oh, you throw like a girl. They associate femininity with weakness, with less than, so they don't want to be anything like that. They're taught to demonize who is supposed to be their other half, right? You cannot love something that you think is less than you. You cannot love something that you dehumanize and don't allow to exist in its autonomy. Women. And what is unfortunate for any man that would disagree with any of this is that we have receipts of men constantly saying that they can sleep with another woman even though they're married or have their own main partner, they're in a monogamous relationship, monogamy, is that they've admitted that it means nothing when they sleep with a woman. Why? Because the testosterone blocks the oxytocin and they don't fall in love via intimacy in the bedroom. It's unfortunate for men that disagree with this because we have receipts of men saying and agreeing that it's too dangerous for men to be vulnerable. Men say that this society doesn't care about men, that men are not allowed to have safe spaces to cry, right? We have the receipts of men admitting all of this. A lot of men are not capable of falling in love because they don't allow themselves to. They don't allow themselves to trust women. And the amount of evidence of how men have become incapable of loving is either if they reference science, right? They'll say that, oh, it's scientific, that men are just hunters and women are the ones that are vulnerable, naturally submissive. They say it's biological, right? They've admitted that it's biological. And then if you want to get into religion, right, there's the biology, but then there's also the psychological indoctrination, how there's multiple religions that teach that men are above women. Yeah. Again, there's so many receipts to all of this.